Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to CDR. Evening, Clay. You'll notice I am Nerf, and I am back for one evening only, just before we have the summer break. So I'm back to give you some comms on Tier 3. Here we are, sunny Belgium. So let's see who's going to stick it on pole. So we've got a couple of reserves in this evening, Dan and Mitchell. Mitchell's a new driver to the league, so welcome to him. Weather forecast, evening pint size, good old pint size in the chat, good to have you here, bud. So 16 drivers here this evening, so we'll just lose one driver in Q1, with 15 going through into Q2. Anyone got the weather forecast? Hopefully we've got a dry race. We had a bit of a wet end to the Tier 2 race on Friday. Started off dry and went wet halfway through. We've got Kane out on track. First car out onto the track. The sky is clear, so hopefully we've got a nice dry race. And we've also got a pint size out on track. So everyone is on the mediums, everyone is on the soft tyre. No one braving the mediums for Q1. We've got Dan in this evening as well, reserving. One of the admins making up some of the numbers. We've also got Clay going out and out lap as well. Just alter that settings, audio settings, see where we are. Yeah, play card is up. Oh, we've got 8 people watching. Good to have someone watching, not talking to myself. So Kane will be the first one to start his lap, followed by pint size. I like that teabag, yeah. Dan retires, everyone does a Sunday drive. We've got Osso on a medium, as I say, no one's got the medium tyres. Kane heads into turn 1. As Luckman has piped up, as he always does, and he said a wet race. So dry quali. So it'll be an interesting setup. It'll be interesting to see whether people qualify on a low downforce. Even in Osso. So Dan has retired from Q1, so that does mean everybody will go through no matter what time they set. So currently standing, where are we? Drivers standings Tier 3. Currently got Anderson, who actually isn't here this evening. Leading in the Drivers' Championship, followed by Luckman, followed by Marshall. As Kane has invalidated, so let's go down to pint size because he was next. So pint size just coming up to the bus stop. See how he takes that. Caught me out a few times that turn in the F2s. There he goes, heading towards the line. So pint size first one set of time. It's 1:46.2. And we got, there's Clay. Clay's just Is there anyone before Clay setting a time? Or is anyone just on outlaps? Everyone before Clay was just on an outlap. So as Clay comes into the bus stop, chicane, nicely taken for Clay. Gets his foot down straight to the line. He does a 43.7, good time there from Clay. We've got now full send Dave. Just coming round. He's on his outlap, so he's starting a flyer. We've got a Mercedes going over the line to start his fly. We've got a McLaren coming round. That's Mitchell coming round to start his lap. Kane going back into the pits, I assume. Don't think he's going to do another one. And we've got a yellow flag. That's one of these. They're doing 31.6 for sector 1. And Luckman with a 44 flat. And Clay up there still on provisional pole. We got also just started his flying lap. As also has invalidated. Mitchell's on a lap. Curly is just started a lap. So Mitchell comes round to start. So we've got Pint Tires at a 46. Full send David a 45. Kane's done in the lap, so Kane did go round in another lap. Mitchell's a 43.4. It's a good lap there from him. So Kane did actually do another lap. Went round in a 45.1. Curly currently on a lap. Gould's in the pits. Also has invalidated, so he's heading back to the pits. Let's stick on board with Curly as he comes round to one of the Astons, is it? Keep it out of the way. About 3 seconds separating P1 to P7 at the moment. A few people staying in the pits, knowing if they can get through. I'll also have to cruise round and he's still invalidated. Yes. I think people just need to set a time, get a time on the board and then retire, because we can then get going. Oh, Curly, 146.6. Again, doesn't matter on the time, everyone will be going through. Well, we've got James Brown, there he is. He's just started a lap, so we'll stay on board with him. He stays flat through Rouge. Doesn't lift. Topping out 204, 205, so yeah, he is running a little bit down force. Wide. So Luckman has retired. I'm not sure what that is, Clay. I can't really make it out. Looks like a digger, JCB or something. Just stick on board with James for now. He seems to be the only one on a flyer. Everyone else is either an outlap. Gould on an outlap. Hindsight's on an outlap. So Q2 will be a little bit more interesting. People wanting to get out and set a time. As James comes into the chicane, gets the... Where's he going to put himself? Puts himself P5, just behind Luckman, 44.5. And... yeah, also sorted out. Teammate shouting at you. Marshall on outlap. So he's just coming through Camel Straight now. Hindsight validated on his outlap. Gainful's up there with a 43.8. Good time there from Gainful. Good to have you here, T-Bag. Popping into the chat, keeping me company. That's Hindsight's on fire yet. He's pushing it. And we've got Marshall's still on his outlap, is he? How's he still in the pit? Swab is on an outlap. Swab slightly behind Hindsight. Hindsight just coming through sector 2. 15.9 for him in sector 2. So there's still 6 drivers without a time on the board. His PS5's in for repair. I was going to say you could have come and join me on comms if you're sitting there. In for repair. There we go. Here's Hindsight coming across the line. Where's he going to put himself? Puts himself P6 with a 44.9. Good time there from him. Let's go to Wab, because Wab is on a lap as he comes into the chicane. He's on it. No, he's on an outlap. Apologies. Howsey still in the pits. 5 minutes left. There's a McLaren. Oh, Gould. Gould out again. Don't see the points. Get a time on the board and go. Where's Marshall? Marshall just coming through as a sector 2. Wab is on a lap, so we'll stay on board with him. Also, still hasn't set a time. Well, he's been out, just hasn't set a time. Also, just cruise around. There he is. Mercedes. Where's Wab? That's just coming through sector 2. Let's oh, someone jumped up there. So also went round as slow as he possibly could, so he didn't invalidate and did a 150.7. Makes sense. Where's Wow? Coming through chicane, heading towards the line. Where is he going to find himself? P8. P8, 44.9, just behind, just in front of Mr. Hindsight. And we've got Howsey, who still hasn't set a time. Here he goes. Now all he's going to do is keep between the white lines, get a time, and he'll be through into Q2. No pressure, Mr. Housey. We're all watching you. Also, his personal best is a 150.7. I like it. I think he was just making sure we got a time on the board. Where's Housey? There we go. There's Housey coming through. Chicane, first chicane. Two minutes 24 left. As hindsight retires from the session. Perfectly safe to do so. No reason why he's not going to go through. I'll see him in Q2. Personal best also. I love it. As Kane is out again. Not sure why. This is going again. Hopefully that's not a new set of softs, because also doesn't feel safe as a Mercedes driver. If you're being picked on, you can DM me also. We have a zero policy for bullying in CDR. If you're feeling picked on, give us a shout. We can sort it out. But I'm sure you're not. So Housey's now on a flying lap. His teammate is just in front of him. Ideally, would have been better to have him front earlier on in the lap. So as long as Housey doesn't invalidate, then also will go through on a 150.7. Unless it's the admin doing the bullying, of course. Admins are allowed. It's in the T's and C's. You signed up for it. Ah, me high. Evening, bud. There we go. So that is it. Housey got P8. So no one gets knocked out except for Dan. And he deserves it. So there we go, Mitchell up there. It's nearly 3/10 quicker at the front. We'll see how Q2 plays out. And there it is. Also with a 150.7 through into Q2. 7 seconds off the pace. Sorry, also. That was, and obviously losing Dan. There we go. So as we line up for Q2, hopefully it's dry again. Not sure whether the rain is in for the race or whether it's going to become during the race. We'll find out. So let's get tyres on again. I'm assuming everyone will be on the soft tyre. Let's they are. So we'll see. See who will lose. Can't really call this one. I'm not going to say also because I'll get accused of bullying. But also, if you do a 150.7 in this one, you definitely won't be going through. But and there we go. So we've got Lookman out first. Ooh, just in front of him is his teammate. So Full Send Dave and Lookman out together, and we've also got. So quali is dry and the wet race 5 minutes in, so that'll be maybe starting on a soft or a medium. Head towards the ring. So if we got up there at the front, we've got an Aston. There he is. How's he out first this time? So we've got most people out on track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Half and half. 8 out, 8 in the pits. 7 in the pits. There's also just coming through a rouge. Looks to be going quick. There we go. Let's go back up to Housey because he will be coming through the chicane, which he is. Ready to start his lap. Someone looking to slipstream him now as well. Is it Full Send Dave? No, it's Lookman. They both come down to the force, the first chicane. Full Send Dave just behind them. Lookman trying for the toe off. How's he there? He goes a bit wide. Find it much harder in this game to follow someone that close, to be fair. Find myself understeering a lot when I'm in the dirty area of the car in front. As you come up towards the final chicane, it's going to be quite close times, to be fair. Lookman does get a slightly better drive out of that chicane though. As he does, he goes faster by half a second. We've got the other Aston coming round. So Kane starting a lap. Full Send Dave 45.8. Kane 46 flat. We've got RB's McLaren coming round. Mitchell goes fast again in the 42s now. 42.8. So got a feeling he's running a low downforce setup there. We've got coming out an Alpine of, it is James Brown, just coming round the chicane. Where's he going to put himself? There he goes, up in P2, 44.8. So everyone in the 44s except Mitchell, who's in the 42s. Interesting. So we've got pint sizes on an outlap. He's just come out the pits. Wab is on a lap. And he comes across the line. Wab goes P6. So now we've got Pint Size just coming down there. We've got Clay on a lap. Marshall's on a lap, but he's rather round. Goes in the pits and Gainful. So one of the kick salvers getting out the way. As Clay comes towards the line. Where will he go? Goes P2, 44.6. So 2/10 clear of James Brown. We've got coming round here, where we got Pint Size is coming through sector 2. Marshall's invalidated. Gold is there. Gainful just coming round the final chicane. Come on, Gainful. Hey, P2 for Gainful in the 43s. The only one in the 43. Mitchell in the 42s. Only just in the 43s, but he's in the 43s. So Pint Size on an out lap, just coming across the start finish line. Starting his flying lap. Marshall heading back into the pits, I assume. Nope, he's going again. He's going again on those tyres, get a time on the board. So, Pint Size just coming round through sector 2. At the moment, he's in the drop zone with Marshall, who hasn't set a time. Gould, who hasn't set a time. Curley, who's done a 146 still in the pits. And Kane, who's in the 146s. So low 45s are going to be the cut-off, I would assume. So here comes Pint Size in. We'll stay on board with him. Run out of VRS though. Comes to the line. Puts himself P3. Wow, Pint Size, what a lap. Well out of the drop zone. So Fulton, Dave, Kane, Carey, Gould and Marshall are in danger. Marshall is no longer in danger. He's got himself P5. So it's now Housey. Housey, Fulton, Dave, Kane, who's on an out lap. So Kane needs to be in the 140, low 145s. 145 flat is 9th, so he needs a second really. Gould, he's just coming across the line. Where's he going to put himself? Gould goes up in P3. Wow, what a lap from him. So 5 minutes 30 on the clock. Currently losing Curley, Kane, Dave, Housey and Wab. So we'll definitely see those guys out again. Probably see Osso with Hindsight out again. Osso, must commend you. 5 seconds off your fastest lap. Brilliant. And we'll probably see Luckman out again, because he's close to the cutoff. So yeah, it's definitely another run to come. Where's Kane now? Kane's just on a lap. Yeah, so he needs at least a second. So we'll stay on board and see where he is. He's not improving in sector 1. we've got a few. Marshall's still out on track. Oh, Kane's invalidated. He in that big right left-hander. Big right left-hander. Big left-hander. He's... can he get back to the pit? Has he got enough fuel to get back? Out lap for Hindsight. So he's just coming through sector 2. Out lap for James Brown. Love it also. Love it. Although, stop chatting and get out, because you're on the cusp of dropping out. I don't want a team principal to moan at me for keeping you from going out. Hindsight on his outlap. He's invalidated on his outlap. Where's James Brown? He's on a lap. So sector 1, what's he going to do? He's improved by 10th and a half. Guessing he'd be safe, but it's always good to go out again. Hindsight coming into the chicane. Kane, he's gone again, and he's not improved again in sector 1. Luckman's on an outlap. So Hindsight has started his flying lap. So this needs to be a good lap. Needs a couple of tenths at least. Let's keep him out of the drop zone. Should have a fresh set of softs. Track Evolution should be able to do it. Let's have a look, keep the end. Stingray goes, let's go also. He's almost 2 tenths up in sector 1. There's Kane. Kane comes through sector 2. Kane is up a second and oh wow, 1.2 seconds. So Kane's massively improving. Purple sector 2 as well for Kane. We'll stay on board with him. And we'll see what he comes out the chicane like. 1.2 seconds is 44.8. That'll be... Where's he going to go? He goes P7, 44.842. Great lap from him there. Housey, where's Housey? He's currently on a lap. So Wab's still in the pits. Wab's run out of time. Wab has run out of time to go out, so he is going home. Well, only for quali. He'll be back for the race. Just keep an eye on Housey as he comes round through sector 2. Hindsight jumps to P6 with a 44.3. So next one to cross the line will be that'll be Gainful, who's invalidated. And then we've got Mercedes of Mr. Clay, who's on an outlap. And where's Osso? Osso's on his outlap and he's invalidated his outlap. Standard. Curly coming through there. So we've got a kick Salbert off Dave on an outlap as well. Housey is 6 tenths up as he comes through the chicane. Where's he going to put himself? There he goes, P8, just in front of Kane, just in front of his teammate. A tenth in front of his teammate. Now, Osso has just started his lap. Wab is still in the pits. So anyone not passing the line now is finished. And Dave is coming across. Got Curly, he was a second up on his time. Where's Curly going to end up? He goes, oh, he improves, but he's still going out. So Wab's out, Curly's out. Osso is out at the moment. He's not improved on sector 1. So Kane is in the pits. Kane is on the cusp. If Osso did improve, he would drop out. If Full Send Dave improves, which he isn't really at the moment, let's watch him through Sector 2. Osso currently behind Full Send Dave. So Full Send Dave coming round to split at Sector 2. And he's given up. 7 seconds off. So Osso coming through. What's Osso going to do? Sector 2. He's not improving. So Marshall is going home. Osso, Curly, Wab and Full Send Dave, who was actually now invalidated. Wow. Osso comes down the final corner. He does cross the line and he does confirm P12. Housey has gone into the pits. So there we go. That's just confirmation. We are losing the Marshall, Osso, Curly, Wab and Dave. Confirmation. Mitchell setting the fastest lap again, 2.5 tenths in the front. So the only guy in the 42s must be running a low down forced. As also says, he nearly lost it at Eau Rouge. Yeah, I don't think he'd have lived that down if he'd have done that. Never. Sun is still out. So it's the shootout for pole. Who will be on pole? Who will be first out? Who will be waiting? Who's got 2 sets? Who's got 1 set? All depends whether you pick the balance setup or a harder compound setup. Next 11 minutes, we'll find out who's on pole. There we go, as Luckman is the first one out of the pits, followed by an Aston Martin. Is it Kane? It is Kane. Housey is still in the pits. Luckman pulling over, letting Kane go through. So Mercedes in the background. Is that Clay? Certainly is. And we've got a McLaren of Mitchell slightly behind him. So Gable, Gould, James Brown and Pint Size still in the pits. Kane, Luckman and Clay all started their lap. And now Mitchell has started his lap. So sector 1, Kane to 30.7, Luckman a missed. Mitchell is coming up. .72. Oof. Kane almost lost it then on the exit of that corner. Did set a purple sector 2 as well, bizarrely. Squeaky bum moment there. Luckman is catching him as well, but they're both on flying laps. Let's go through chicane. So Kane will take a pole and then Luckman will take it again. Exactly a second difference between them. Clay slots in between with a 45.1. Sorry, 44.5. Sorry, Clay. Mitchell just coming round now to finish his lap. Will he be in the 43s? He's in the 44s. Wow. U-set tyres. Must be. Who's just jumped in then? How's he? 44.8. We've got Hindsight is just coming up to the chicane. Hindsight crosses with a 44.3, puts himself on the second row, P3. And we've got James Brown's just starting his flying lap. Gainful's on his out lap. James Brown will stick with him. Pint size still in the pits. James Brown coming round through sector 2, and he is a 15.3. As he crosses the line, James Brown goes P2 on the front row next to King Luckman. A 43.7. His gain falls invalidated. Gold is just coming through sector 3. Through the chicane, into the pits. He's gone slow. It's a 55. He thinks he can do better. So 7 top runners are out. They've done their time. have another chance to do another run if they've got tyres. So we've got, is that Mitchell? Mitchell's on his outlap. He's gone again. And we've got Kane just coming into the pits. Not sure there that was his second run or not. James Brown is on his way in. There's Mitchell on his way out. We will stay with him. Pint size, not yet set a time. Is he just saving his one set of tyres? Got the other McLaren on its way out. Gold is on his way out. So both McLarens are the only two cars on the track at the moment. Both on their out laps. Here we go. We'll stay on board with Mitchell. Currently reserving, wanting to get himself on the front row. Goes to sector 2, he's off 1.2 seconds. Oh, he invalidated at the last minute. Oh no, he pushed it too far. Gainful on his out lap. Gould is on a lap. He just took a little bit much of that chicane and invalidated. He will be frustrated with that. That would have been a pole lap. Gould's a 15.6 through there. So Pint Size is just starting his lap as well, so where's Gainful? Gainful's on a lap. These important laps from these guys, because it's their only lap. So Gould has gone P3 with a 44.1. We've got his teammate just coming round now. He is improving by half a second though, so he might jump his teammate. He's gone again. He's got no ERS left. Tucks a little chicane, a little bit better this time. As he goes straight for the line, gives it everything. And he still puts it on pole. What a cracking lap there. That's impressive. That is impressive. Let's go back to Gainful. Gainful goes on pole and takes it back. Pint size is all to play for, so is Clay on a lap as well? Clay's on a lap, a second and a half up, so Clay could be up there on pole. And where did he go? There he is. Clay goes on pole. I was right. There we go. Nice drive there from Clay. Luckman is... Oh, Luckman snatches it back. The snake. Right. Unbelievable. So we got Luckman on pole, Clay second, Gainful third, Mitchell with a cracking lap there on his second lap. P4, James Brown, hindsight. I've no idea. Can't explain that. 42.7, no idea. There you go, there's the times. Mitchell 43.5. Right, I will back in 2.6.